your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
Every place we went, the caring and the sense of joy. I know it's incredibly disappointing now, and look, candidly, it's a bit scary because there's a very different vision that's being put out there. But now,
say President Biden, my opinion, very much seemed to warm up through the 90 minutes of the debate, and clearly beyond, where we saw him right there. He was vintage Joe Biden. His opponent, former President Donald Trump, you saw President Biden there criticizing him as having lied in every answer. I think I would describe President Biden's, former President Trump's performance, as having been very confident and sort of coherent, meaning that he was speaking in sentences and saying things that could be understood whether or not you agreed with them at the beginning of the debate. And over the course of the debate, he became much more aggressive, much less coherent, and repeatedly failed to answer questions posed by the moderators, which people debating always do. But
MAGA and Trump guys are always going to cry. They cry by nature. If you say hi to them, like, you didn't say Merry Christmas.
Now, in recent years, everybody, we know the political landscape of the United States has become increasingly polarized, with huge contrast between conservatives and liberal ideologies. But now, with President Trump and influential figures like Elon Musk, Vivek, and RFK Jr., well, these policies and innovations are going to restore American greatness. Now, let's not forget, everybody, like figures like Donald Trump and Elon Musk have captured the imaginations of millions, especially with the Make America Great movement. This influence is reshaping American culture and politics and innovation in many ways that supporters believe are steering the nation toward a brighter future. Let's not forget, everybody, President Trump's presidency will be champions. It will make America first and make America number one in the world again. It's prioritizing national interests over global entanglements, like we should no longer be involved in unnecessary wars over in Ukraine or even over in the Middle East. Supporters argue that his policies on deregulation, tax cuts, and border security have bolstered economic growth and reinforced national sovereignty. The MAGA movement, a direct extension of his vision, remains a rallying cry for those who value patriotism, economic independence, and traditional American values.
Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment, steps...
I'm no doctor, but I would recommend Prozac for all of them. They sound like howling wolves in heat. Doctor.
I have a diagnosis here.
What would you prescribe them?
What I would prescribe?
Euthanasia?
I can't say.
Would that help?
That might help. That's a permanent solution, a more temporary solution.
Look, I like to fix things.
Maybe the Xanax more temporary solution.
Oh, okay.
Permanent solution, yes. But listen, this is not Trump derangement syndrome. I actually interviewed Kevin Smith, who's the head of political science at the University of Nebraska, who studied this, election anxiety.
Let's not forget, everybody, Elon Musk is an innovator, and he's going to help President Trump get this job done. His contributions to America go beyond, just SpaceX and Tesla. His acquisition of Twitter, now X, is giving us a free speech. It helps us, Trump supporters and Republicans and conservatives, have a chance to share our opinions freely without having any backlash from the mainstream media. Let's not forget the concerns about left liberal policies are very high right now. We should all be worried about it because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and many Democrats like Kamala Harris are still having deep influence in Washington. It's just part of the deep state. But hopefully now with a new FBI secretary, a new head of the FBI, in Mr. Khan, we can get things done. And while America does face challenges, supporters of Trump, and Elon Musk and the MAGA movement believe that a return to core values like freedom and hard work is going to help us create lasting prosperity like what President Trump was doing in 2016 to 2020. Let's not forget, everybody, that, first of all, President Trump has such a massive base of support. The reason why he beat Kamala Harris in such a landslide victory was because Americans are sick and tired of the corruption in D.C.
It's a sociopathic
the psychopathic, malignant narcissist. I know what's right. And I think there are a lot of people who think they know what's right. I know what's right. Narcissistic and self-centered. I just don't want to feel the way I did, and many of us don't, after the election in 2016. Should not be president, period. Idiot is taking our country into the dump. A national disgrace. And I apologize to Justin Trudeau. Such a mean, nasty, hateful person. So stupid.
And it's not just about his larger-than-life personality. It's about what he's done. Remember what he did? Unemployment hit record lows, especially for the minorities. The economy boomed before the pandemic, and tax cuts give businesses more freedom. Let's not forget the focus on border security. Love it or hate it, his policies brought immigration debates to the forefront and emphasized the importance of putting American jobs and Americans first before anything else. Now, this MAGA movement also isn't about just Donald Trump. It's a grassroots revolution, and it's about putting America first, whether it's in trade deals, foreign policy, or cultural pride. And for supporters, it's about restoring a sense of national identity and rejecting what we see as a globalist agenda, from Kamala Harris to from President Biden's globalist agenda, and even Hillary Clinton's. Now, don't forget about this, everybody. You may not agree with everything that MAGA stands for, but there's no denying it's a force to be reckoned with.
Trump and Republicans backed by far right-wing billionaires like Elon Musk and right-wing media and anti-woman manosphere podcasts are creating social media or gaming social media apps like X Twitter in Trump's favor and pumping disinformation into the brains of Trump supporters. Not quite foreign interference, but not exactly different from what Vladimir Putin would do. And in many ways, the disinformation campaign is working. Base Republicans today believe he's winning in a landslide. And some Democrats are starting to believe the disinformation too, with these claims that Trump is surging with Black and Latino voters and leading in every single swing state, according to secret internal polls. Yes, this race will be far too close. Because unfortunately, we do have a fascist groundswell in parts of this country, mainly among white men, let's be clear, but in small pockets among Black and brown men, too.
Millions of people are now empowered to stand up for their beliefs, and that's democracy in action. And with Elon Musk, well, even though he's not a politician, his impact on America is undeniable. From leading the EV revolution with Tesla to pushing the boundaries of space exploration with SpaceX. You know, he is the core embodiment of innovation and what America is all about. Of course, many conservatives believe that left liberal policies are taking America in the wrong direction, and it is true without a doubt. High taxes, increasing government regulations, and a focus on identity politics and DEI is just a barrier to progress. The true barrier to progress is the Democrats. It's never the Republicans. But supporters of Trump argue that these policies prioritize division, which they do, and stifle the very innovation that drives America forward. And let's be real, it's not just about taking sides here. President Trump just spoke the truth. He spoke the facts, and he worked hard to help the American people out. Unlike Kamala Harris, who was just going around and around in circles, and even President Biden taking a nap still in the White House. And both conservatives and liberals care about the future of this country, right? We just have different ideals on how to get there. But we need to focus on collaboration and unity for once, and putting America first and getting things back to normal.
And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Companies are referring information to the FBI with investigative value relating to foreign malign influence. Now, there'd probably be a great deal more tolerance about that if it's foreign malign influence. But the question is, are you also receiving information on so-called domestic? But what would that mean? Is someone questioning whether paper ballots are an accurate way of running election? Is that good enough for you to be getting our private information because we have a political beef with the way votes are counted or recorded in our country? Is that something that you're collecting information on? Are they giving you information on private things that you've told them, well, people who question the election, we want to hear about these people, and so then they're giving you this information. Are you receiving information?
I'll give you two classic examples that I think happen with some frequency. One, if we supply information to, say, Facebook or any number of other technology companies about foreign accounts, Russian intelligence service, for example, accounts, when they then look in their system for those accounts, they often find other accounts related to those, and they provide tips and leads back to us about those. That's one example. A second would be a situation where a technology company encounters a threat of violence